Let's look at some lessons and profits from October and November 2023. Lots to learn and lots to make. Do you stick or twist here? This is called options at exit. Do you take the green screen? A nice 17 quid profit here. Or do you just weigh up the match and see if you can aim for something bigger? For example, it's 1-1. It's the 36th minute. Freiburg are at home. That's the positives. Worst case scenario would be a Darmstadt win. Current scenario is a £9.13 loss. So you're currently on the draw. Do you fancy holding out for a £45 profit for Freiburg, given the fact there's 9 minutes and a whole half to go with home advantage? Or do you take the £17 knowing that from then on, once you've taken the green screen, it doesn't matter what happens, you are guaranteed a profit? That's the decisions you have to make when you're getting out of a trade. Again, do we stick or twist here? The green screen amount currently is £31.54, which is not to be sniffed at. Or do you fancy that £107.90 on Mansfield? They're a side at the time of that match with, I think, only 1 or 2 defeats all season. If you go for the bigger profit, are you happy to take the £4 if the match ends in a draw? Or are you happy to take the hit if Swindon somehow get the win? Or do you take that £31, which is not to be sniffed at, knowing that anything after that £31, it doesn't matter what happens, you're guaranteed a return? So those are options at exit for you. Here's another one. Juicy 242 quid if Union Berlin can get the win, but they've been in such poor form this season. Or do you take that 41 quid, given there's only 2 minutes remaining in the match? So where in these previous matches we had pretty much a half to go, here you've got to think to yourself, can they realistically get that second goal, Union Berlin? That £41 looking rather nice. Or are you happy taking £17 on the draw in the hope that Union Berlin can somehow find another winner in the 2 minutes plus extra time remaining for a very nice return of 242 quid? Options at exit. Here's another. Turkish Yorkshireman, Ayopspor. Equalise for a profit of 22 now, or a chance of £45 with half an hour to go. If you chance the bigger profit and it ends 1-1, your profit will drop to £8.53 on the draw. What I've done in this particular case is I've negated liability to allow myself to stay in and see whether Ayopspor will win with half an hour to go. I've got nothing to lose. Simple as that. Worst case scenario, £1.96 loss. If you're willing to take the hit for the bigger profit, then by all means go. But again, it's a very reasonable £22 green screen, isn't it? Remember, with trading, you're just after the odds movement. You're not necessarily after the final result. Play the hint and not the outcome, as I just alluded to. We're not after the final result. We're after the hint that that final result might come to pass. Here I back 2-2. At 1-1 there's a small profit available. And if you look at it from a risk-reward perspective, it's about 1-1, isn't it? About an evens return, which is... the profit you see here is all relative to the amount risked. So it doesn't look big. But again, if you add a 0 to that, that's 70 quid. For the sake of a 1-1, we're not even hit our target yet. You've got half an hour to go. If one of these two teams can score another goal, 2-2 is still alive. You'd think the away side to score the next goal, because the 2-2 will still remain alive with the home side hoping to score to make it 2-2. Low risk, big reward. Here I laid Utrecht at odds of 1.06, as you see in the corner here, for £16. Liability of £2.59. Very nice indeed. Got a late equaliser, hasn't even showed up here. and you make £18.86. That's an excellent risk-reward ratio. It's well worth having a punt late on. How do we find these kind of plays? Use in-play stats. Another low risk, big potential reward. Laying Arsenal 2-0 up at 1.03 odds. Why did I do that? Well, I know that Wolves, under their new manager, Gary O'Neill, tend to score and concede. Risk reward again, 1-1. About an evens return. So it's all relative to your liability. Just for that one goal, very late on, the amount of profit you'll make. But it's well worth taking a punt, isn't it? Low risk, high reward. That's what we try to do at footballtradingprofits.com. Create a free bet on a 2-2 scoreline. No risk at all. And enough time for an equaliser. It's 2-1 to Mönchengladbach. That's the match we were talking about earlier on. Now you can see the green screen has increased to £11.76. I've negated all liability and I'm holding out because Hoffenheim have been excellent away from home this season. Holding out for that 2-2. 7 minutes to go. If it comes, we'll make 70 quid. If it doesn't, we'll break even. Or do you want to take the green and run to the hills, knowing that it's guaranteed? This is all potential. When's the best time to lay the draw? Well, at footballtradingprofits.com. Come along and find out. We've got an excellent lay the draw strategy, particularly using a specific staking plan which can triple the bank over the course of a season. These are my usual stakes when laying the draw. A nice £40 for a £28 return. It's a good risk reward there. Here's another. This is a couple of choices in the same match. You've always got two choices at footballtradingprofits.com when we've got a possible trade. I like the +1 market. It covers the draw. But if you do go into the match odds market and the match ends in a draw, you will lose. In this particular case, only a 77 pence loss for the potential of a £93 profit on Montpellier. But Montpellier +1, when the match is a draw, is a winner, because in that particular market you add an extra goal. So do think, what do I prefer? The comfort of +1 or the greater profit potential of going match odds? Lay the draw, it's still alive. As I mentioned earlier, here's a couple of plays for you. When is the best time to lay the draw? Have a think about that. Profit difference between playing the +1 market and playing the match odds market. This is yet another example. In this case, it would have paid off. In the previous case, you only got a marginal loss on the draw. Here, Hungary have got the win. You get an £88 profit. Had you gone into the +1 market, you'd have been able to green up far earlier than in the match odds market, because the draw is in play in the +1 market. So you can see the difference between profit potential, but of course risk is increased if you head to the match odds market. Sign up at footballtradingprofits.com for your free video tutorials, and if you go and sign up at footballtradingprofits.club, you'll get free English Premier League research, 2 free live chat webinars on a weekend for you, and a lot more to go for free. Some of the service is paid for, but the Premier League research is excellent, and the live chat webinars I think you'll enjoy if you come along to those. So do come along, footballtradingprofits.club. It's a growing community. We're here to make you money, discuss all aspects of football trading and betting.